I always like to call Total Drama Ridonculous Race the redemption arc of Total Drama, and in today's video I'm going to be ranking all the teams from Total Drama Ridonculous Race. Hey guys, X Lizandria X here, and welcome back to the channel. And first of all, I'm sorry, Happy New Year, y'all. This is going to be my first video of the year, so Happy New Year to all of you who are watching the video. And if you're even watching the video after the new year, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. We're going to be ranking Total Drama Ridonculous Race teams, not necessarily the individual characters. I'll probably make that its own separate video, but for today I just want to rank the team, so basically a 2-in-1 duo. So first we have Powerhouse Team, which is like the best team of the best team. Then you got Great Team, Cool Team, Neutral, I Can Do Without, Not Good, and Please Not Them. So I'm gonna stop all the jibber jabber and we're just gonna get straight into the video. The first team we have is the best friends, Carrie and Devin, and I actually do like Carrie and Devin as a team. They're a great team, they're a great pair. I wouldn't call them a powerhouse team because of their whole story arc within the season of Carrie having a crush on Devin, but then Devin get broke up with his girlfriend and all that yada yada. So that definitely kind of put like a stop within their team. So now as I think about it, I feel like I'm in between Great Team and Cool Team, but I think I want to put them in, let's put them in Great Team, because I do think outside of the whole situation, I think they do work very well together. So let's put them up there in Great Team. Mother and daughter, Kelly and Taylor, and I don't like them as a team. Like, I can really do without them, especially Taylor's attitude toward her mom. Like, girl, that is your mom. Stop having an attitude. Yeah, she's a teenager and rich and bratty, but there's a line, girl. There's a line. And I just, no. So, honestly, I can honestly really do without Taylor and Kelly. So, I'm just going to put them in that tier. Then we have the sisters, Emma and Kitty. I do like Emma and Kitty as a team. They are a very great team. Just their whole arc in the show, more so Emma's arc with Noah, but other than that, they're a great team. I don't have any complaints about them. They work hard, they do great, so I'm gonna put the sisters in Great Team. Crimson and Ennui, the Goths, I think they're a good team too, but I wouldn't put them in Great Team. They're very cool, they don't bother anybody, you know, they made it very far in the race. And like Dawn said, when I first started watching Ridonculous Race, I didn't think the Goths were even going to make it that far. But surprisingly, they did. So I'm going to put them in Cool Team. They're a really cool team. I enjoy that. Owen and Noah, reality TV pros. Of course, they're returners. It's just weird because I think what the writers did is that they tried to play off the relationship that Noah and Owen had in World Tour. So they tried playing that off, and I think honestly Noah and Owen are a decent pair. I wouldn't say not good, not bad, but you know, they do work well together in certain aspects. So I do feel very neutral about these two, about Owen and Noah as a team. So I'm gonna put them in neutral. Adversity twins, Mickey and what is his name? What is the other twin's name? Mickey and Jay. I don't like them, but I don't dislike them either. I do like, you know, how they did grow in the seasons, because I feel like sometimes with a lot of television shows, when they show weak characters, the whole stick is that the character stays weak throughout the entire series or the season. And I like how Mickey and Jay, even though they still would constantly have their weak moments, they were still trying to grow because of the adversities that they have had in their lives. So I do appreciate that growth within their character. So honestly, I'm gonna put them in neutral, and I do appreciate that from Mickey and Jay. Stephanie and Ryan, I'm gonna put them in not good team. It's not that I wouldn't do without them, they're just not a good team. Like the arguing was just way too much for me, and I don't want to put them in Please Not Them. However, I just really believe that they are not a good team. They didn't even need to be, mind you, they had only been together for 2 months, so they really hadn't known each other like that. Like, they met at the gym very briefly, but dating each other, and they went like straight into dating. So honestly, these two really shouldn't have even competed in a competition together, because they barely knew each other as is. So that's why I'm just gonna put them in not good. Jose and Jock, the ice skaters. Now here's the thing about the ice skaters. So of course in this season, in every television show, sometimes you have to try to find a villain, and of course these characters were pitted out to be the villains. But this is my personal thoughts with like Jock and Jose, is that they were more so like, you know, very competitive and will do whatever it takes to win, as opposed to necessarily being villains. If it meant sabotage, it was sabotage. Like, they were just going to the extremes to win, and they were just playing the game like how they've always had, especially since they are competitive ice dancers as is. They're playing the game the best way they think should be, the best way they think things should be. So I wouldn't call them like, I feel, so that's why I feel like more so on the, I wouldn't put them in please not them, honestly. So I just, but I don't want to put them in my highest tier. And the reason why I don't want to put them in a powerhouse team is because they tore down other people in the process. But I do think I will put Jock and Jose, however, in neutral, because I don't like them, obviously, but I don't necessarily dislike them, because they're only playing the game the best way they know how. So, and they're trying to win. Everybody is trying to get the $1 million. So winning money is bringing the worst out of everybody, and I think this is probably the worst of the worst the ice dancers have ever been through. So I'm gonna put them in neutral. Brody and Jeff. Now here's the thing when it comes to Jeff in particular. So of course Jeff is a character consistent throughout Total Drama. He's been in Island, Action, and host for the Aftermath and World Tour. And spoiler alert, I do have a video coming out next week for y'all with Jeff. I have a very Jeff-centered video coming out next week. So, and I touch a little bit of bases on it in that video, but I don't talk about it much. But the whole Jeff being dumb thing, no idea where that came from. Like, I have like no idea where the whole Jeff not being smart came from, because Jeff was never a dumb character. He was a party dude. He was a surfer, but like, he enjoyed the water like Bridget, but he was never dumb. So I have no idea where the whole dumb thing came, especially I think since from the time Total Drama Island was written all the way to Ridonculous Race, they probably had a whole new set of writers, and these writers just did not go back and watch Jeff in Total Drama Island to really like look at his character. So I think that's why they're like, okay, surfers, laid back chill dudes, but let's add dumb to the mix. And although Jeff was a chill guy, he was never dumb. So I just don't know where that whole Jeff being dumb thing came from. It just came out of left field. But that's my little thing on that. But the boys as a team, honestly, they're sweet, they're nice guys, but honestly, I have to be honest, I can honestly do without Jeff and Brody. So I'm actually going to put them in that tier. I can do without them, honestly. Dwayne and Dwayne Jr., father and son. When it comes to them, I feel very neutral about father and son. I feel very neutral about it, but I don't really have any notes or anything to say about them. So I just want to put them in, I'm going to put them in neutral, because I don't like them, but I don't dislike them either. They're very middle ground for me. The police cadets, MacArthur and Sander, I do think, now I feel like out of everybody as I'm looking, from what I can think, they are the powerhouse team. I think especially with their characters, they did grow. I feel like as like growth, the top 5 teams that grew, I think they are in the top 5, especially their dynamics of like MacArthur, you know, thinking that she's like the big dog, and then Sanders is the little dog. But you know, MacArthur learns more about Sanders, and that Sanders can really hold her own, and I really do like that, especially since they are police cadets. So, and I do think they are a very strong team. Like, I do personally believe, every time I saw them on my screen, I'm like, these are strong ladies right here. So I'm actually going to put them in a powerhouse team. Step brothers, Chet and Lorenzo, Chet and Lorenzo are very annoying, but they did get their development as growing and finally putting the hate aside and actually figuring out things that they like. And that's what make them like each other more. It's just basically talking to one. That's really all they needed to do, was just talk to one another, find some common interest, and they would like each other. But I honestly can really do without Chet and Lorenzo, just because they are also very annoying as well. So I'm gonna put them in I can do without. Tom and Jen, the fashion bloggers, I don't like them, but I don't dislike them either. They're kind of very middle ground for me. But for some odd reason, I do personally feel like they should have had more time on the show and somebody else should have got voted off. Or not voted off, but eliminated. Or like, now, wait, somebody else should have came last. That's what I'm trying to say. But I don't know, it's just something about fashion bloggers that I do wish that they could have just stayed in the game a little longer. I don't know why I feel that way about them, but I think maybe they should have had 2 more episodes as opposed to the episode they got kicked off in. They should have at least went 2 more episodes before they got kicked off. So honestly, I actually like the vloggers. I'm gonna put them in a cool team. They're a really cool team, so I'm gonna put them up there. Even though they didn't have a lot of time on the show, I do personally really like them. Next is the Rockers, and I'm gonna be honest, I can honestly really do without them. Like I can just do without them. I don't really feel like I can explain much about Rock and Spud. I just feel like there's no need for their characters, honestly. So I can seriously do without them. Next is the vegans, Lori and Miles. I feel very neutral about the vegans, honestly. I don't really have anything to say about them. I don't dislike them, but I don't like them either. Then our geniuses, Mary and Elodie. They weren't on the show long enough for me to really have much of an opinion on them. Why do I keep moving? I'm sorry, y'all. For me to have much of an opinion on them. So I'm just going to put them in neutral too, just because I don't have much of an opinion. They were a pretty decent team. So let's put them there. As goes for the LARPers, I'm just gonna go on and put them in please, not them. I'm so glad they actually did get voted off in the first episode. Well, they lost in the first episode, because I don't know if they would have stayed any longer in Ridonculous Race. I don't even know if Ridonculous Race would have been a good season, because remember, one of the characters actually comes from Pocateo Island, and we already know that ain't a good season. So I think it's just best that they stayed. They were the first out of the race. And then last is our tennis rivals, Jerry and Pete. I actually like Jerry and Pete. I wish they would have stayed maybe like two more episodes in, honestly, because they're funny. I'm gonna put them in cool team because honestly they're funny. It's something about Jerry and Pete that just, they're hilarious. I love them. Okay, y'all, but this is the list. What are we thinking? Do we like the list? Do we dislike the list? Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Especially subscribe. And I hope that y'all have a great day. Bye.